In football, there are many skills that can make a player great. You need technique, vision, and a cool head in front of goal. But there is one attribute that can change a game in the blink of an eye. That attribute is pure, unadulterated speed. It's the great equalizer and the ultimate separator. A sudden burst of pace can turn a hopeful long ball into a golden opportunity. It can transform a desperate defensive scramble into a moment of calm control. Speed terrifies defenders and electrifies crowds. It's the one thing you simply can't coach. You either have it, or you're left watching someone else's back as they race away from you. Think about the most iconic moments in football history. So many of them are defined by a player's blistering acceleration. In the modern game where teams press high and counterattack with ruthless efficiency, being fast isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity for survival at the very top. This brings us to one of the most exciting debates in the sport today. Who is the fastest player in the world? For years, two names have consistently dominated this conversation. First, let's look at Kyle Walker. Sheffield-born defender has been a pillar of the Premier League for over a decade. Starting his career at Sheffield United, making his name at Tottenham Hotspur, became a global superstar at Manchester City. Under Pep Guardiola, he has won everything there is to win at club level. Walker redefined what it means to be a modern fullback. He's not just a defender, he's a defensive weapon. His primary ammunition has always been his astonishing recovery pace. Walker's reputation as a speed merchant is legendary. For years, he has been the get-out-of-jail-free card for his teams. When a high defensive line is breached and an attacker is racing through on goal, you'll often see the number 2 shirt of Walker appearing from nowhere. Then you have Kylian Mbappe, the French phenomenon who burst onto the scene as a teenager with Monaco, leading them to a shock Ligue 1 title and a Champions League semi-final. From there, it was a blockbuster move to Paris Saint-Germain, where he became a global icon, and now he has made the move everyone was waiting for, to the mighty Real Madrid. On the international stage, he was the driving force behind France's 2018 World Cup victory, scoring in the final. He is, without a doubt, one of the best players in the world, and his game is built around his electrifying pace and lethal finishing. Mbappe is an attacker who uses his speed to terrorize defenders from the first whistle to the last. His style is all about explosive acceleration from a standing start and a top gear that very few, if any, can live with. So, let's get down to the brass tacks, the numbers. In football, a player's top speed is often measured in kilometers per hour during matches. These figures can vary depending on the source and the technology used, but they give us a fantastic insight into just how quick these two really are. For years, the debate has raged. Pubs and online forums fuel the arguments. It's time to lay them out side by side and see what the stats tell us about these two incredible athletes. Kyle Walker has consistently been clocked at speeds that are frankly ridiculous for a defender. During his time in the Premier League, he has frequently topped the charts for the fastest sprints. In the 2022-23 season, he was officially recorded as the fastest player, hitting 37.31 kilometers per hour. Think about that for a second. That's faster than the average speed of a moped in a city center. But then you have Kylian Mbappe, a blur of perpetual motion. Champions League and France data show plenty of top speed evidence. Mbappe has reportedly been clocked at 38 kilometers per hour. One famous sprint, the 2018 World Cup versus Argentina. Defenders struggling to keep up. He consistently hits speeds north of 36 kilometers per hour. His ability to reach top speed in just a few strides makes him uniquely dangerous. So, on paper, Mbappe seems to have a slight edge. However, it's not quite as simple as that. These speeds are recorded in specific fleeting moments during a 90-minute match. Statistics are one thing, but seeing speed in action is what truly takes your breath away. These are the moments that define players and win football matches. For Kyle Walker, his highlight reel is a collection of impossible recovery runs. One famous example, Champions League against Mbappe's PSG. Vinicius Jr. was clean through on goal for Real Madrid. It looked like a certain goal, but Walker appeared from out of frame, eating up ground with enormous strides for a perfect goal-saving challenge. It was a sprint that defied logic. He has done this time and time again. Think back, a Premier League game against Liverpool, Salah put through one-on-one. Again, it seemed a foregone conclusion, but Walker hit the afterburners, making up astonishing ground to get back and put Salah off his stride. These are not just fast runs, they are game-changing defensive interventions. For Kylian Mbappe, the memorable moments are of a different nature. They are moments of attacking devastation. His goal against Argentina in the 2018 World Cup is the perfect example. He picked the ball up inside his own half, accelerated, and simply ran away from the entire Argentinian midfield and defense before he was brought down for a penalty. It was a run that announced his arrival as a global superstar. He wasn't just fast, he was powerfully, unstoppably fast. It was like watching a Formula One car competing in a go-kart race. Another iconic moment, Champions League for PSG at the Camp Nou. He scored a hat-trick that night. His performance was built on terrifying speed. So, after looking at the stats, the styles, the iconic moments, we come back to the original question. Who is faster? If we are talking about the highest recorded top speed in a match situation, the evidence suggests Kylian Mbappe has a fractional edge. That recorded 38 kilometers per hour is a truly phenomenal figure, a speed that puts him in the absolute elite of athletes. It's the kind of explosive, short-burst speed that makes him the most dangerous attacker. When he decides to turn it on, there is virtually no one who can stop him from getting where he wants to go. However, the discussion is more nuanced than just one number. What makes Kyle Walker so special is his endurance at top speed. His recovery runs are often over much longer distances. His ability to do this repeatedly throughout a game, even late into his career, is what sets him apart. This is a different kind of speed endurance. While Mbappe uses his pace in short, sharp attacking bursts, Walker uses his as a defensive shield over longer distances. It's the difference between a sprinter and a 400-meter runner. Both are incredibly fast but in different ways. Ultimately, the answer depends on how you define faster. If you need a player to explode over 20 yards to get a shot off, you would pick Mbappe every single time. But if you need someone to chase down a rapid forward over half the pitch to prevent a goal, there is no one you'd rather have than Kyle Walker. Based on peak recorded speed, the crown goes to Kylian Mbappe, but only by the narrowest margin. Both are invaluable. And when either of them puts their foot down, the entire football world stops and watches in awe.